The weird world of Tim Hollis, it's muscles, mahogany, mighty milkshake, green kangaroo, and trust me, they're really cool, they're really nice and really fun. A role model for everyone, the Tim Hollis's creation of Weird World.
And now our host, Tim Hollis.
Thank you, fake audience. Yes, you may have noticed already that we don't have a studio audience with us on this program, but we will be seeing them before too long. Our audience is actually following the fashion, and they are working remotely. So we'll be checking in with them in just a few minutes. Since I'm here in the studio by myself, though, we're actually going to use something here. An uncle of mine out in Texas sent this to me. This is going to be our canned laughter for this program, because all I have to do is take the lid off this can, and we get instant laughs. Like, let me use an example. Our studio audience is not working by Zoom. It's more like they're working by Slowpoke. See, it's so wonderful. The jokes don't even have to be funny to get laughs on this. I love it that way. Well, normally this is the part of the program where I would introduce my co-host, Muscles Mahogany. But it just so happens that right now, just like our audience not being here, she is on vacation up in the Great Smoky Mountains. So I guess that I'm just going to have to wing it by myself, and we're just going to have to get along without.
Howdy there, y'all. I sure am glad to be here.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Well, I thought everybody knowed me. I'm Bertha McBiceps. Mahogany sent me down here to take her place while she's on vacation up there in my neck of the woods.
Oh, so you're from the Smokies then. Oh, okay.
You bet your spectacles I am. I'm the strongest girl in all them hills.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can pick up an anvil and break it in half right over my knee. You got an anvil around here I could use for a demonstration?
Well, no, and I'm kind of glad that we don't. How did you get to be so strong anyway?
Well, it just sort of runs in my family, I guess. When you're driving into Pigeon Forge there and you see a welcome sign with a big husky blacksmith on it.
Oh, yeah, there it is on the screen now. Sure, I've seen that.
Well, there's my paw.
That's your paw, okay.
And I reckon I just take after him. Why, I got muscles I ain't ever seen before.
Well, that's just great. I know you'll do a good job substituting for Mahogany until she gets back from her vacation.
Sure I will.
Mm-hmm.
Say, what was that she was telling you about, some kind of special protein bar she eats?
Oh, yeah. Well, see, she eats those to keep strong. You mean, you don't have anything like those or like Popeye's spinach or anything?
No, I mostly just keep strong by eating collard greens. I'd sure like to try one of them protein bars, though. Mahogany made them out to sound like something just wonderful.
Well, let's see. She always keeps at least one of them around the studio here in case she needs it. Oh, well, let's see. Here it is.
Oh, give me that. I want to see what it'll do.
Well, now, wait a minute. You might need to be a little careful with that. Sometimes Mahogany can't even control herself if she eats it too fast. Give me that thing. It's dangerous.
Wow. I ain't never felt nothing like this before. Something's happening down in my feet.
Yeah. Mahogany says that's usually where it begins.
Land of gosh, and look at my legs.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting so strong. I bet I could cook a mule into the next county.
Yeah, I can see that.
In my stomach, it feels like a brick wall inside.
Yeah.
And this chest, I'll bet your bullets would bounce right off it like that super duper man critter.
I imagine, yeah.
And would you look at these arms?
Yeah, we can all see them, sure, yeah.
I thought I was strong before, but I weren't nothing like this. Wow! I want to wrestle somebody.
No, I'm afraid we don't have the time for that. We've got to have a word from one of our sponsors.
Oh, come on, let's wrestle!
No, I don't think we... Ow, now cut that out. Well, folks, you watch these commercials and our studio audience, and maybe we'll have Berthy May calm down by the time we get back.
I wouldn't count on it. I was already the strongest girl in all them hills, and now I'm 10 times as strong.
Commercial, please.
What goes hand in hand with the Great American Road Trip? Stuckey's, of course. These famous roadside stands have been a favorite among road trippers for over 80 years. So if you're hitting the open road, chances are you'll need to stop. And there's no better place to fuel up, grab a snack, and get a taste of some sweet Southern charm than Stuckey's. To plan your pit stops along the way, visit Stuckey's.com or call 800-423-6171 today.
Well, as I told you at the beginning of the program, we are working remotely with our studio audience today. As you can see, we have as our audience the models from Act Models and Talent. We've been here in McCalla, Alabama, doing the Luau Fashion Show, and as long as we had them here, we conscripted them. I mean, we taught them and we forced them. They agreed to be our audience for today. So, like I usually do, we're going to meet some of these. You'll notice that we have our luau backdrop here, which is a little bit, the beach is looking a little bit wrinkled these days, but that's because of all those hurricanes that we've had lately, you know, so that's why it looks like that. But we're going to meet some of these kids and find out their names and a little bit about them maybe. And, hey, you, hey, look at there. What is your name?
Lydia.
It's what?
Lydia.
What is it again?
Lydia.
Lydia. Have you met Lydia? Lydia, the tattooed lady. Well, that's another song, you know. We're not doing Groucho Marx today. Lydia, where do you live? Oh, she lives over yonder a piece. All right. What is your name?
My name is Lily.
She's Lily, the Easter Lily. Well, we're a little past Easter now, but anyway, is Lily of the Valley. All right. And are you related to this? You're not related to her. Okay. All right. No kin whatsoever. All right. What about you? What's your name? Is that barbecue sauce you got on your chin there? Oh, okay. He loves Dearman's Barbecue. They're one of our sponsors. This kid loves Dearman's Barbecue. Better than anything in the world. You know, I went to school with a kid named Dean. He always wanted to be a carpenter. When he was in junior high school, he carried a little toy carpenter set around with him. That wasn't you, I don't suppose. No. He didn't. This kid didn't go to junior high school with me. What is your name? Brianna. And where are you from?
Georgia.
Oh, she came all the way from Georgia to be over here. And boy, would you believe that one of my newest books is about Georgia? Yeah, Lost Attractions of Georgia. I can give myself a plug, you know. All right. Well, we're glad to have you all the way over here from Georgia. I love that place. What is your name?
Olivia.
This is Olivia. All right. Olivia the 8th or something like that. Where are you from?
Alabama.
Oh, she's from Alabama. She didn't have to travel very far to be here.
Oh, wait, that's where I live.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's from here too. So we got Georgia and Alabama represented so far. And
I'm
when
from
we,
Alabama too.
well, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I just thought I didn't have a co-host for this segment. You know, all of a sudden I've got 6, 8, 10. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to take another break right now, and when we come back later in the program, we'll meet the rest of these characters if we can talk them into staying around for that long. So, stay tuned. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed meeting the first half of our studio audience for this program. I should mention that cute little girl, Maya, that we had on there, she and her family came all the way from South Carolina to be with us. So we sure appreciate folks who come all over the country because they like our program. They like it better than we do, I guess. Well, now it's going to be time for me to read one of those old Weird World stories that I wrote back when I was first starting out as an author. And this one, the main character in it, is our old buddy Mighty Milkshake. Now, Mahogany probably told you all about her partner, Mighty Milkshake. She doesn't always think so much of him, you know, because, he's one of those guys that... he's got a mind that's weak and a back that's strong, as the old song goes.
I remember her talking about
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you here what Mighty Milkshake looks like, just in case you've never seen him. But we're going to start off with his head like this, and we're going to give him kind of a tough look there, you know, because he thinks he's a tough superhero. And we're going to put his hair in like that. Now, Mighty always wears this milkshake cup on his head like a hat, you see. So, there's what that part looks like. Now, let's see. We're going to put his cape down in here, and we'll put one fist like that. Now, of course, Mighty gets his strength from these magic milkshakes that he drinks, just like Mahogany does with the protein bars. So, he's always got one of those handy. Now, let's see. We'll show you how he looks after he's had one of his milkshakes there.
He still don't look all that tough to
No,
me.
sometimes he's better than other times, I guess. But Mighty is always, well, like I said, he thinks he's a whole lot smarter than he really is.
Bless
But
him.
anyway, that is approximately what Mighty Milkshake looks like. And now, in this story, we're going to hear one of the typical things that took place in Weird World. And now, I have no idea where Mahogany was while all of this was going on. But
There's no telling.
there's no telling. She was probably smart enough to stay out of this. But this is how the story goes. Early one beautiful morning, Hank Schwartz knocked on his bodyguard, Mighty Milkshake's door in the palace. "Hey, Mighty," he shouted, "it's spring. You know what that means." "Yeah, it means winter is over," yawned Mighty. "Oop, this is where we need our prop." "No, you beanhead," snapped Hank Schwartz. "It means it's time for Arbor Day. We have to start planting trees." Well, in Weird World, any holiday is an excuse for the citizens to go all out to celebrate it, and Arbor Day was no exception.
Goodness.
Yeah, you have Arbor Day up there in the Smokies, don't you?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, that's where all those trees came from that are up there. Well, before long, everyone in the country was outside, watering the grass, planting trees, and sowing flower seeds. Now, Hank Schwartz had picked out a spot in front of his palace and was just finishing his task of planting a small sapling. "What a good spot for that little tree," he said to himself as he went back inside to rest. You realize, of course, that 5 minutes it took him to plant the tree was more work than he normally did all week, so. Well, while Hank Schwartz was resting from all that strenuous labor, Mighty Milkshake came along and saw the little tree in front of the palace. He said to himself as he got an idea. "I wonder if this tree would grow faster if I poured some of my magic milkshake in its roots."
Oh, no.
Well, kneeling down, Mighty shook some of his milkshake out of its paper cup, and it soaked into the little sapling's roots. There was a rumbling noise, and then, vroom! The young tree immediately shot into a mighty 260-foot-tall sequoia, with wooden muscles bulging on all of its branches. Well, Mighty Milkshake was delighted with the way his experiment had worked, so he walked next door to Macintosh McMoneybag's mansion, where the formal flower gardens were growing beautifully. "Maybe the milkshake would help these little flowers," said Mighty, as he shook some of the powerful potion into the flower bed. Again, there was a rumbling noise, and vroom! The flowers became 20 feet tall with stems that were 2 feet thick.
Goodness.
Now, all of this would have been fine if that had been the end of the story. But when Hank Schwartz had finished resting, he walked back outside and saw the huge tree where he had planted the little sapling. "Wow, there must be some good soil in this yard," he marveled. "I wonder if the tree would grow even bigger if I put some of Mighty's magic milkshake in its roots."
You gotta be kidding me.
You can see where this is headed already. Unaware that Mighty had already given the tree one dose, Hank Schwartz poured some more milkshake around the base of the tree. He had already walked away when there was another rumble, followed by a boom. Now the huge tree was alive, really alive, with an evil face and limbs strong enough to crush anyone it wanted to.
Oh, no.
But Hank Schwartz didn't realize that. He went around Weird World giving a double dose of magic milkshake to all the plants that Mighty had already visited.
Well, what happened?
Well, we're getting to that. It's getting good now, you see. Don't look ahead, you'll spoil the ending. That afternoon, Mighty and Hank Schwartz were standing in the yard. In the distance, they heard a steady tramp, 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 like the feet of a marching army. "Someone's coming," said Hank Schwartz. Then his eyes popped right out of his head. "Yout!" he screamed. Coming toward his palace was an endless stream of evil, super-powered plants. Trees, flowers, vines, and all with fierce expressions on their faces.
Oh, that's terrible.
Who'd think that one dose of magic milkshake could do that? Said Mighty. 2 doses, Hank Schwartz corrected him. In fact, I used up all the milkshakes except what's left in the bottom of this cup, as he held out the almost empty container. Mighty quickly grabbed the cup and gulped down the milkshake in the very bottom. There was a boom, and Mighty's whole outfit had changed. Now he was wearing a ragged tank top and cut-off blue jeans like someone who had been mowing grass all day. With his huge fist spinning, Mighty headed straight for the army of plants. The plants saw him and charged toward Mighty. When they met, there was a huge wham, bam, wacko, flammo, blooey. Have you ever heard a sound effect like that?
No.
That's what it sounds like. Mighty's churning fists ground up the evil plants into bags of compost, which Hank Schwartz quickly spread on the ground over the plants that had not been fed magic milkshakes. So, it turned out to be a happy Arbor Day for all, and no one ever tried to use milkshakes to make plants grow again.
Those boys don't have a lick of sense.
Now remember that when it comes to your garden up there in the Smokies, all right?
I will.
Because, if you're gonna put protein bars or magic milkshakes in them, make sure to have the portion just right.
Oh, no, we only use all-natural fertilizer.
Oh, okay, that's great. And, of course, you got plenty of supplies for it up there, too. So, all right, folks, well, we are going to have a word from another of our sponsors, and when we come back, we will meet the other half of our remotely working studio audience. See ya.
Come enjoy our patio dining. Our daily specials, our friendly staff and service, our delicious desserts. More than just barbecue, Dearman's Barbecue. Since 1982. Come see us.
Well, here we are back again, and I wanted to continue meeting the people that showed up to be in our audience. These are all members of Act Models and Talent. And over here on the end, we have who is probably the youngest model in the agency. What is your name?
Maya.
Her name is Maya, right? You're Maya? Can you wave at all the people watching out there on television? No, she can't. I was going to say, this kid's going to grow up to be a critic. I can tell you that right now. Well, I'm glad we had Maya here anyway. Is that so? All right. And the whole audience, the whole back row here seems to have their tickle box turned over. What is your name? I'm pointing at you.
Mr. Hollis, last time I was on your show.
What? You again?
You forgot to let me finish.
Well, you're not facing the camera.
To
What?
finish.
Oh no, it's her
I want
again.
to say hi to Mary, Joe, Sally. No.
What's your name?
Animal, okay?
I've lost control of the whole world. What is your name? Zoe. I've never heard a name pronounced exactly like that, but all right. Zoe is here, and she is one of ACT's top models, and I'm sure that you'll be seeing her again. Now, what is your name?
Gracie.
This is Gracie. Well, if this is Gracie, that makes me George, right? Did anybody understand George? And say goodnight, Gracie. All right. Where are you from, Gracie? Georgia. She's from Georgia. Okay. Well, see, okay. So instead of George and Gracie, we've got Georgia and Gracie. All right. Now we finally get down to the very last one. What's your name?
Dobria.
This is Dobria. Well, it's nice to meet you, Dobria, and something tells me that people are going to be seeing a whole lot more of you later on because she's a great model and for other reasons too. So, we hope you enjoyed meeting all of these folks. They certainly look like they're having fun being here. And, if the rest of the program turns out half as well, we'll all be happy. So, let's get on with the rest of the program. And now it's time for the next one in our series of classic old cartoons that people today don't see a whole lot. You've heard about Mighty Milkshake, the superhero there in Weird World. Well, now we're going to hear about Mighty Mouse. I'm sure that a lot of the kids watching this program have never even heard of Mighty Mouse. And this cartoon that we have is actually one of the earlier ones. As you see from this merchandise, which all came out of the Hollis Museum, Mighty Milkshake Mighty Milkshake, I'm talking about Mighty Mouse here. Mighty Mouse usually wore a red and yellow outfit, but in the early days of the cartoons, it changed occasionally, and in this particular one, I believe you'll see that his outfit is actually pink. So, if you say that real superheroes don't wear pink, well, don't say that to Mighty Mouse because he will hurt you. So, we are now going to go into this cartoon and we'll hope you'll enjoy it. So, roll the film!
Little Bo Peep had lost her sheep while out in the meadow green. They wandered close by some wolves who were sly, and soon by these wolves they were seen. Nasty old wolves dressed one of their kind to look like little Bo Peep. Out he did go with one thought in mind, to capture the poor little sheep. brutes? What cowards? What fiends?
What lamb chops?
Mighty Mouse! He's off. Mighty Mouse proves again that he's the champion of sheep and men.
Weird World and myself, Crystal Reed, would like to thank
truck drivers,
farmers,
first responders,
law, medical,
delivery services,
educators,
and everyone else that assisted with COVID-19. Thank you.
Well, folks, that just about does it for this time. We hope that all of you will watch our other episodes that are available on YouTube, and be sure to visit our Facebook page because we always have some interesting stuff going on there. Also, our website. So did you have a good time while you were here, Berthy?
I sure did.
Well, you sure did. You filled in well for Mahogany.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
Yeah, she's kind of worried probably when she sees this.
Oh,
because,
she shouldn't worry.
No, she'll be back, I'm sure. So what? Did you have something what?
You've been hogging that can this whole time.
You mean my uncle's canned laughter?
Yeah.
Well, see, it's a very delicate instrument.
But I want to give it a try.
No, I don't think you better do that. Oh no! The laughter. Oh my goodness! No, not that stuff. Folks, the program's not this funny, folks. Look, Bertha, what did you do? Folks, we've got to get out of here, folks, before we laugh ourselves to death. So we will see you next time. I hope. Oh my goodness, this is awful.
The weird world of Tim Hollis. It's muscles, mahogany, mighty milkshake, green kangaroo, and trust me, they're really cool. They're really nice and really fun. A role model for everyone. The Tim Hollis's creation of Weird World.
Promotional consideration furnished by Easttown Antiques. Visit them on Facebook at Easttown Antiques TN. This has been a Hollis production. Ta-da!